all eyes are on Dorian. We know that's the topic of conversation, and really the focus needs to be on South and Central Florida through early next week. But the storm has to go somewhere, and typically they go north. The big question here is, when does that north turn happen? How quickly does it happen? And then after that, where does it go? We're able to outline what we think are three distinct scenarios with Dorian's future late next week. And this is what we've put together for you. And this will also determine our impacts here in the low country. We have 1, 2, and 3. Scenario 1 is a lower impact, okay? That would take it out across the Gulf of Mexico and then up into the Florida Panhandle. Now, that would be a big impact for them, but again, lower for us here in the low country. We would see some rain and a gusty breeze. Scenario 2 takes the storm right up the Florida Peninsula into South Georgia, then into the low country. That would be a moderate impact track, okay? Heavy rain, definitely would get that. Gusty winds, definitely would get that. And the threat for isolated tornadoes. Plus, we're still going to have a risk for coastal flooding too, because as long as the storm is either to our south or west, we're going to keep onshore winds. So that's going to be a problem really already now, and that would carry on into next week. Now, scenario number 3 would be the highest impact, and that would be the worst case. The storm would slow before moving terribly far inland in Florida and then turn north and either parallel the coast or come back into the coast somewhere in the Carolinas. Not saying that's going to happen, but we can't take that off the table right now just because we're in that window of about, this would be 6, 7, 8 days away. We just can't say that's not going to happen. We've still got time. Again, the main focus for the next 5 days needs to be on South and Central Florida. Then, as we head toward the end of the weekend into early next week, our impacts and the scenarios are going to become a little more clear. The goal here is hopefully we can start eliminating scenarios through the weekend and early next week. And that way, by the time we get to Monday, Tuesday, we have a good solid idea of where the storm's going to go. So my advice is enjoy your weekend. Kind of keep tabs on what's going on, but really Monday is the day to start paying super close attention, because that's when we'll have a much better idea of where the storm goes after landfall and on its trek north, either into the Gulf, into Georgia, or up the coastline.